How many times have you been out watering and you've been dragging your hose to get over to a planter or a tree or a shrub that you just planted, and it's just not quite long enough? You just wish you had a 10-foot hose just to add to it, just to give you an extra 10 feet to get where you needed to go. Well, at Anderson's we can build custom hoses, and we have a couple different ways we can do that. This particular hose is called Flexzilla, and it's a brand new hose. It's made by an air hose company, and its construction is very different from your standard garden hose. It is pretty much kink-free. It's one of the very best, most durable hoses that we've ever used. And the great thing about it is it's just lightweight. It doesn't kink, and it's extremely durable. And it's been a wonderful hose. But you're wondering, well, it doesn't have any ends on it. You know, how do we make it work? So we've got bulk rolls of it. It comes in kind of a dark brown, and it also comes in a terracotta color, so you can get whatever color you like. The neon's kind of nice because it makes it stand out so you can see where the hose is, but we can basically cut off any length that you want and measure it out. So if you did need a 10-foot hose, we could measure 10 feet off and just cut the sections off where you needed it, and go from there. And then we've got connectors that come in male and female both, and we can just attach those to your hose. So that these are just compression fittings. So this flexible unit just keeps your hose from binding up right next to the faucet. But then we put these aluminum connectors on there, and it's just a compression fitting, and they're extremely durable. They're lightweight, very, very heavy duty. You can basically run these over with your car, and you won't bend the connector. So we just put these on, tighten them up with a wrench, and you've got pretty much a brand new male or a brand new female connector on either end. So we can make them to whatever length you like or need. If you need a 40-foot hose and all you can find is a 25 or a 40 or a 50-foot hose, we can make a 40-foot hose. So we can make them to whatever length you want with these nifty aluminum connectors that are super heavy duty and very, very durable. But the same company makes a really neat tool, and it's a lead-in hose, and the lead-in hose comes in either a 3-foot or a 10-foot section. And these lead-in hoses, they swivel, and so you can attach it to your faucet, and then you put attach the lead hose in, and then you take your standard garden hose, like a Flexogen garden hose, and you attach this to the lead-in hose. Well, what happens is when your hose is all coiled up and you pull it out, the hose doesn't want to spin, and so that's why you end up getting a kinked hose all the time. But with the lead-in hose, it spins right where the connectors are. So you can actually grab the hose and you can pull it out, and instead of the hose trying to turn, your connectors turn. And so the connector will turn and turn and turn whichever way you want to take the hose, and it'll keep your hose from kinking. So a very inexpensive, nice way to take an existing garden hose and turn it into a much more functional tool, because it will be much, much less likely to kink. So Flexzilla makes not only some of the best hoses that are around with their heavy-duty air hose that's made for water, and this will hold like 150 pounds of pressure. So they're rated for 150 psi, and it's a 5/8 inch diameter, and it's got a little bit more little bit larger opening on the inside, so you get a little bit more flow of water through the hose. But just the durability and the ability to be able to make them to whatever size that you need makes the Flexogen, not the Flexogen, but the Flexzilla, one of the best hoses that's out there on the market. And at Anderson's, we can make them to whatever size you need for whatever application you're using it for.